Hello, everybody. I'm going to see if a few joins in here. I got something I want to talk about tonight and expose Tina, Ernie, and Xander. To be honest, first of all, I want to talk about this right here. I want to talk about Ernie Shell once talking about me stalking. He said, "Someone tell this bimbo the game is up." And yes, he has been added to a lawsuit. He's always wanting to um, do a lawsuit on somebody and this and that. But the main factor is tonight that to expose Ernie and the parents of some kids. Me. Now these take it that these people are supposed to be out here protecting kids and going and predator busters and all that stuff, so they claim. But the same people that I'm going to expose, he's talking about exposing, is going to be Tina and Ernie and Xander since I've been gone. He's asked, there's your answer, Ernie. You, Tina, and Xander. But anyway, somebody sent me a picture of a text or a post he made talking about he was going to sue and to have all my people give me cash apps and I style. No, you stalk my page and you live out your car on a cash app, Ernie. So you can go sue whatever you want to. It's your fault. But anyways, he ain't gonna sue nobody. Well, let me start from the beginning. Whenever I first started joining Predator Hunter Nation, the predators of Predator Hunter Nation, they would be women come over to see Ernie. And like the time that we was over there working out or whatever, I know for pretty sure I can't find the girl. Don't know. I can't remember her name. Um, he drugged that woman, and I'm bringing it out to. I can't prove her name, but I know for a fact he's into drugging games of women. He drugged that girl, and so on. And he's done several like that. And I pray to God that they come out with it. But anyways, this is concerning Tina and Xander's kids. It all started at a birthday party, and one of Xander's friends was there, him and his wife. Okay, here these people supposed to be protecting kids, but I'm not so sure about that because they ain't even protecting their own kids. Because it started whenever Ernie groped and touched. I ain't gonna mention no names, but one of Xander's friends, and I'll be posting all this, and it will have the names on it. Touched his wife, and we was sitting there, and the kids, the two youngest ones, stood up and said, "Why, Ernie, quit that! You always do this to us." And Tina and Xander got plumb mad about it. I mean, plumb mad, and I've got it in chats, and it'll all be posted. Here, these people supposed to be protecting their own kid out here, or to first of all protecting their kids, but though they're out here saying they're going to protect kids, but they can't protect their own kids from a predator like Ernie Shell. And this information has been gone on to proper authorities where it needs to be. And this is my first time exposing it like this because I've got the chat logs of Tina's and mine and Ernie's and Xander's and the guy that's wife got touched. Let me go through here and read what was stated to Tina and Xander by the guy that his wife got touched. And Tina and Xander played it off like it was nothing. What happened? And we confronted him. It's the O's. What happened to Jess isn't a lie. She said something. She brought it to up and confronted him, talking about Ernie. Maya saw it and confronted him too. She doesn't, and they always drag somebody's name. She doesn't deserve to drag or have her name dragged through the mud. Well, here's the parents sitting right there, and we're plainly telling you Ernie touched her, and the kid stood up and stated that he done them like that too. Let me see. And this is from the guy that, and I'm gonna be posting all this too. The guy that his wife got touched. And whenever the kid stood up, the fact that the girl said Ernie always does this scares the shit out. It scared the shit out of me too because they're kids. And then the little girl brought it back up that or that it happened. And Tina got upset and said, "Jess is the only adult friend yours I like." Just thinking that um, because Jess is the friend that she likes, it's supposed to be okay for Ernie to touch her. And this guy wrote, this tells me for months they have endeared Ernie and she had to defend herself, which is scary. And it is pretty scary because here this guy is touching his wife and she didn't tell him until they had left. And now this is in chat logs between me and him, and then Tina and Xander and Ernie had left the group. But we confronted them about it, and they wouldn't. They think it's all a fun and game. Well, anyway, whenever that happened, this guy said, "Well, being honest, after the last incident, the family won't be around him anymore for other reasons, as well as my wife not being around him. Flirting is one thing, but touching her after she's been a victim of other stuff, that's been sexually harassed." And for them to holler that they're out here protecting kids and they can't even, they don't deserve to have him kids. And as you noticed on my page, it started off was with the videos just to prove that Ernie is very unstable. Ernie does not need to be around kids. And for them to get mad because the kids took up and stood up and said he does this all the time to us and not get not and still take up for him. I mean, that's not taking care of your kids. I'll just go ahead and say it. It's pretty sorry that you would get mad at your kids for standing up and telling what another man has done whenever he stood right there and touched this guy's wife. And it's not right. And that's called predators. Now, you want to know what a predator is? Ernie Shell. That's what he stalks these women, he drugs them, he uses them. And as soon as, if I can, I'll find, if I can ever remember that girl's name, I will look her up. And they've been several that's went over there. He's drugged, and that's what they're about. They're not about the good people, I'm telling you. And like I said, all this has been turned over to the proper people, and there's more that I'm not going. That's prior, but I'm not going to get into that because it's done been they done been notified. And right here it's talking about where the Dalton, one of the cameramen, this is Xander, harassing his mom, going to her house and harassing. They're all about harassing women. Ernie's harassing women. He touches them, and obviously he's touching kids for the kids to stand up and say he does this all the time, and their mom don't do nothing about it, and Xander don't either. They think it's all fun and games, and it's not right. And this is the truth. And I don't say nothing that ain't the facts. And I do feel sorry for those kids. I really do. Because they have to look and have to worry about getting drugged through mud, and Ernie over jumping out of vehicles and touching people's wives and obviously touching them. I mean, It's not right. And he's a predator. He is a predator. Let me see. As I was already done with him by touching her, then telling a woman who he wanted to hear something. I was talking about to zip her pants. He's always looking and groping and gawking at women. And whenever kids comes over to the cafe, he would constantly sit there and just look at them. Get up and move and walk off because I don't want no part of that. He is a predator. And and this says, did you notice Tina never respond to me directly after saying my wife had been touched? She wouldn't even respond. I said, it's not flirting, it's called assault. Any unwanted physical touch, especially if perceived as sexual, is sexual assault. The fact that the girl, like I said, the fact that the girl said Ernie always does this scares the shit out of me. It would me too. I wouldn't have my kids around him. And Tina got upset whenever the kid had spoke up and said it, and there's another one right beside of her spoke up, the younger one. And you can't, and they're supposed to be out here doing for kids. And just like I posted a video today of him, of Ernie stalking Bama, and I posted it too. He always stalks women, and everything's been notified to the proper authorities on this. I mean, these people don't need around kids. Every video that you watch, I've got over 150 something videos posted, and every one of them shows that Ernie Shell does not need to be around kids. And if Tina and Xander can't keep him away from their kids, knowing for a fact, because I've got chat logs of all of us in one group, knowing that that's going on, and they'll still, and like he's on his page, Predator Hunter Nation never dies, and posted a big picture of them. He don't need around kids. He don't need a gun, as you can plainly see in my videos. He said he threatened to shoot Xander. I mean, he's very unstable, and he don't need to be around kids. And I will not stop today or any time period of protecting kids. So yes, I called Tina and Xander predators. You want to know why? Because they can't take care of their kids and keep them away from Ernie Shell. And they got mad because the kids stood up. Two, not just one, two kids stood up and said, Ernie quit, sat down, took up for the girl, for the wife, and said, you do us like this all the time. And it's not right. And they think it's all fun and games, but it ain't fun and games. A kid is the most valuable thing, is not a thing, a human being God can give you. And the Bible plainly states, and yeah, I know I get on here and have cussed a lot, but I do believe in the Bible. And he said, do my little ones no harm. And they're gifts from God, and they need to be protected, and I will protect them. And the way they work, I could, I mean, you couldn't just come up to them because they would be cowards and not to try to use weapons, and they don't need them guns around them kids. They leave them laying around and like crazy, like everything. I will. I'm gonna post the chat logs on my pages, and then because I'm new to this, and I'll post them here in a bit. They'll be on my video. On I got them in video format, and it all will be posted. I don't say nothing that I ain't got right here. Some of them will be from the group, and some of them will be from the guy that's wife got touched. I mean, and they don't care. Like right here, this is in some of our chats. Like this is what happened. This is him talking to Tina. What happened to Jess isn't a lie. And just crap like that. And they think that it's okay for them to be around Ernie. And they're supposed to be protectors of kids. That ain't protecting your kids. And it is sexual assault whenever you touch somebody that does not want to be touched. And for the kids to stand, like I said, I've got it all right here. For whenever the kids stand up and says that he does us like this all the time, and for the guys to say it scares the shit with me too. And it'll all, like I said, Lisa, it'll all be on my page. I don't say nothing that ain't fact. And the best part about it is they could say that it is lies, but the facts of them being in the same one of the same groups that we're talking about it in, they can't deny that. They cannot deny that. And I'm being like I said, I'm gonna get threats and this and that by some of the people there, like Kendall. He done been trying to fight and this and that, but threatening, and that's all they're gonna do. They're miles away, but want to run their mouth. I mean, you can't. You got to stand up. The parents needs to stand up for the kids. That's what it's supposed to be about. They're supposed to be protectors of the children, and that ain't protecting of the kids whenever they do that. And like I said, it all has been turned over to the authorities, and they are going to deal with it. And I'm sure that they'll try to lie their way. You can't lie out of chat logs that got. Yeah, I mean, you can't lie out of it. You can't lie out of it, especially whenever it's in everybody's chat logs. Ernie is very unsafe. You don't need to be around kids. I'm saying making sure that I ain't got no more, but it's just unreal that Tina got mad and Xander got mad because the girl brought it not but one time that night, but again a little later on, brought it up two times. And they get mad at the kids because it's get brought up because Tina has a thing for Ernie and Ernie has a thing for Tina, and that's the way it's always been. And just like the drugging of the women, he's drugged women. I can't prove that right yet, but I'm working on it. If I can remember all the girls' names that he's done, so I can't say nothing about that, but it's happened. Let me see here. Which let me see. And this same guy said that Ernie, and he said Ernie is a piece of crap, and he is. And I mean, for them, I'm gonna read what the guy said right here. Jesse, Jess actually told Ernie never touch any of them again, or she will tell me. Which she should. She did tell him after the fact, and then that's whenever everybody went. We went to Tina and Xander. And Ernie claims to be an MMA fighter and stuff. And this guy got plumb mad and he did it the right way. He went to the parents thinking that the parents was going to do something, but it, it never happened. They just got mad because of the girls bringing it up. So yeah, all this will be posted on my things of what's going on and how they won't do nothing about it. Which like I said, I've been receiving threats and this and that. Ernie posting this and that, talking about want to sue. Ernie, you can sue all you want to. You're doing it to yourself. And he's like I've noticed too that he's having other people. He can't do nothing on his own. He'll have other people to try to do stuff to you behind your back and this and that. And he threatens a lot of slander words and all this and that. He ain't gonna do. He ain't about nothing. Xander ain't about nothing. Timothy Davis ain't about nothing. But you can go back and look at every video that I posted. Um, that Ernie is very unstable and needs help. Let's see what else he sent today. What did he send? I keep everything that people sends. That way they can't lie out of it. And whenever we started talking about the issue with the kids, um, I saved everything. I went back and I got everything. Our chat logs, his chat log, I got everything. And I turned it over to the proper people. And they'll say that I did this and I did that, but I mean, that's what I'm about. I love kids, and just because I'm not with them, they'll call me a predator, protector, and all this and that. That's just the way they work. If you ain't for them, I mean, um, you're a predator or a pedophile and all this stuff. Like right now, he's threatening to sue me along with others, which I don't care. Like this one he posted today, he said, "Someone tell this bimbo the game is up, and yes, he has been added to the lawsuit," which I don't care. Sue me. Now tell him to go get his people to Cash App him money. And here's the guy that lives off Cash App, lives in his car, and everything else, and he's telling me to get Cash App, which I don't need Cash App. I work for a living, and I sure don't take it off of women. And he said, "This all this MFer does is stalk, but though he's posting this and telling people to send it to me. He's had somebody go on my page and screenshot it or something, and that's how he seen it because I don't go to bother him saying shit." And then he said, "You see, Bimbo, we know all of who are involved. You're jealous of my success." I mean, I'm explaining this your success of harassing women and men and harassing everybody in this town, like businesses and stuff, that ain't success. I don't want that. If that's success, I don't want it. My success, I work like a dog and I've got more and went farther than you ever will, acting the way you are, Ernie. And he said, "You dream daily of being me." I don't, let me break that down. I don't dream about you, Ernie. I don't dream of being you. I would never want to be you because you're a liar, you're a con artist, and obviously you touch kids. Them kids ain't going to lie. Kids are so innocent, and especially knowing stuff that gets me coaches. You want to know why? Because it's the truth. They are so innocent. Of no, they ain't even supposed to know stuff like at that age. They ain't supposed to see stuff like that at their age. And saying that he does this to us all the time after they stood right there and watched him touch her. I mean, and instead of do that and they don't want to do nothing about it. You dream and I don't want to be you. Sure don't. Here, I hate to break your heart, your spirit. You'll never be me. I don't want to be you. It's okay. Christmas is coming. Pathetic. A grown man hasn't anything to do with being jealous. I'm not jealous of you, Ernie. I'm far from jealous. I'm not jealous of a man that uses and drugs women. I'm not jealous of a man who sexually harasses, stalks. I'm not jealous of a man that touches kids. I'm not. This guy's got more guts of doing it the right way than I would have if it was mine. You can take that how you wish, because I'd drag your ass through the mud and you'd never come out if it was mine, because I'm a little bit different than most. And that's just not threatening. And I protect my kids. I would kill over my kids. Let's just put it like that. And he said that I was jealous of him. I'm not jealous of him. And then he said, check this out. I plan on going down my list. If we are mutual friends, then I want nothing of it. You know why you don't want nothing of it? Is because he knows I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth because and like I said, all the chat logs will be posted. I mean, he asked the other day, I've been waiting on it until everybody got the proper everything I got plus more. This ain't the first time. Has went to the proper authorities, and then he got on there bragging. Where what have you done? Who have you busted? Well, I went in for a reason, and I can read people like a book. I know Jens was bad people, but I got a few dances with the devil, and I can dance with the devil. I can dance with my worst enemy and get along with him. And that's exactly what I did. Yins are nothing but my enemy. I went in and lo and behold, here you're supposed to be protecting kids, and you got this guy around that touches your kids. So, and you get mad because the kid that ain't a life. Ernie has done nothing, and he lives a lie. I mean, and I'm surprised somebody ain't done called people. He never gets away with anything because he always get. I'm doing okay, sunshine. Thank you. And I mean, he's a rat. Like I said, then there'll be more to come. He can threaten me all he wants to, but that's all he's going to do. But I'll post all these chat logs. That's my job. If I hadn't have done this the way I did it, and I didn't go to them, well, I did go to them through chat logs, and nothing got. They just kept playing it off and playing it off and playing it off. He's over there on his page saying they're not going to die. Predator Hunter Nation is Predator Hunter Nation. That well, he needs to get a banner that says Predators of Predator Hunter Nation. But anyhow, I mean, he can sue me all he wants to. They ain't about saving kids. If they was, they'd be protecting their own from the enemy. Ernie Shell. And this is my second live too, by the way. So if I go around in circles, don't ridicule me. Yeah, no, Ernie's not a man. He's a and and it's been going on for so long too of them posting pit, and it started way back there before. And I noticed that there's going harassing these people on Facebook. Ernie posting pictures of kids and Katina. I hope you're watching. But whenever they was talking about your kids, I mean, I know it's all they and your kids are innocent. All kids are innocent at that age. And here these people wants to post pictures of and didn't even get permission off these people to post their pictures on the internet. You can't do stuff like that. Like I said, kids are so innocent at that age, and I've got four, five, six, seven, eight. I've got four girls of my own. My oldest is 21. And I'll do everything in the world to protect them. And that's what you're supposed to do is protect your kids. And that's what I intend to do. Back to what I was saying, if I hadn't have done this, I'd been no better than these predators or pedophiles that's walking the streets and getting away with it. Whether they do anything, everybody else knows. The parents knows. The proper authority knows. But the parents ain't wanting. I'd be no better than the pedophiles are touching kids if I hadn't done what I done. And that's just the truth. I'd be no better than them. And I'm glad tonight I can lay down and sleep to know that I did what I did. I don't lose a minute's sleep over protecting kids, nor will I ever. So, with all that being said, I'm probably going to go ahead and get off here. I hope you guys have a good night. And I'll be posting these chat logs real soon. Just keep your eye out on them. Lisa, I'm posting them. Who are you, Lisa? Are you still on here? Who are you, Priscilla Short? Are you a troll or what? I mean, I don't mean to call people trolls. I know they're probably watching me. Who are you, Lisa and Priscilla? You said show that chat log, prove you're not lying. I'm going to do it. I mean, I'm just curious. And then Priscilla said your dreams online. Well, my dreams are protecting kids, and that's what I'm going to do. It's what I'm going to continue doing, and I'm going to take a stand against the people that they have. Take a stand for the people that they have come against, and the people they have come against, because I'm just that kind of guy. Oh yeah, he's threatened to call the police and call CPS, and he said, "Get your." He's threatened so many people. He's threatened other creators, but the thing is, he does it to himself. He's so fickly insane. If you take and go back to look, they all need mental help, and I mean, all you got to do is sit back and watch them. Everything I've got, that's why I posted these videos today. And like I told the proper authorities, I've got them all, and they can have anything they want. And they've got the videos, and they're, I mean, him jumping out of vehicles and everything. He don't need to be around kids. He's mentally insane. That's just ain't no way around it. Yeah, Ernie, that's all he is talk. Everyone I'm over there, it does nothing but talk. Like today, that's why. Okay, Catherine. Um, it's spam. Okay, well, anyways, that's why I posted today. Whenever I went to Walmart, I don't hide. I don't hide. But whenever I say something, like Ernie made fun of me the way I talk. Whenever Jamie speaks, he speaks. Yeah, whenever I speak, I speak. But I don't sit here and just type. I don't just sit here and be a computer screen Rambo. I get out in the community, and because I'm not scared of none of them, I'm not scared of nobody affiliated with them. I mean, because they're not about nothing, nothing but a bunch of liars. Hello, Jimbo. Jimbo, you can go back and watch this about uh, where Ernie had touched a man's wife, and then the kid stood up and stated that he had always done that to them too, and told him to sit the fuck down. And excuse my language, I gotta quit that cussing. But yeah, and here like a Jimbo knows a lot about this man, Ernie Shelf, and um, and I'm glad to have met Jimbo on here to try to help. I mean, you ought to go check out on Facebook. Tales of the Lycan. I mean, and all you got to do also Tales of the Lycan on Facebook and type in Ernie Shell, and you'll find out everything. Or even Google and YouTube, you'll find everything uh, about Ernie. I mean, about Ernie that he's and it's been going on for years and years of Ernie's life, and it's sad. Like I said last night, I mean, I'd hate to go to bed knowing that I may draw my last breath and I've not made it right with people. That I mean, you can't, and knowing that I go lay down at night and going to bed knowing that I've stowed off of a woman or stowed off of my best friend or vice versa, I can go in there and honestly lay down at night and know that I've tried my best to do right and I work for what I get and everything else. And it's officially Ernie Shell is an officially and con artist. And that's a word that he's has on his so-called documents that's supposed to be real, which ain't. And he, the character, yeah, and everything that I posted has come from, and he keeps hollering he's going to sue and this and that. Well, he keeps doing people wrong, and they're going to tell about it by the internet, just like I did here tonight about the kids and stuff. And then, like I said, everything will be posted. And if I don't do that, and I didn't bring it out to the attention, I'd be no better off, like I said, than a predator myself. And I love women. I love kids. I love helping men. I love helping everybody in this world because that's just the way I am. I do got a big heart, and I do get tore up sometimes, especially talking about kids and somebody I care about, what I care about, and the elderly. And I do get tore up sometimes, and I ain't gonna lie. I do cuss way too much, and I'm trying to stop, but I get excited whenever you get threats like the same people that's supposed to be helping kids, they get mad and start threatening you just because you don't line up to what they think you should.
They're on here. I mean, they can tell you on here. I'm live. I don't know, man. I'm just telling you, that's what they said. I don't know what's going on. They said, that's good. They see what happened, everything with the truck. They can tell you
That's
everything.
where he jumped out of the vehicle. And then in one thing he took and why this is the same guy. Why'd you jump? I jumped to keep from shooting Xander. I mean, somebody like that don't need around kids. Yes, that's right. He does pray. He preys on the innocent people. They prey upon innocent people too. Xander and Tina does too. I mean, they have done it to themselves. They'll talk about the woodshed eating humans, and they've come up against Carol and Dayton and calling them names and stuff because here's why they do it. They done it because they got called out on their bull crap. And it's like that all the time. If you don't do what they want, I mean, and you call them out on their crap. I mean, that's what you are. And to them, I mean, they come against our police officers, like I said last night, making fun of Brandon and stuff. And more I think about that, the madder I get, aggravated I get. It's very sad that he has to. It's sad for the people too. It's sad for the kids. I'm just worried about the kids over there because the adults they're going to do what they want to do, but them kids being around Ernie, either they've said that he had touched them and stuff. I mean, and it's been witnessed, and we've told Xander and Tina, like I said. I mean, I'm worried about them kids. It's sad that them they're supposed to be helping kids. Reading some of these, he is a trickster, that's for sure. He'll trick you into try to trick you, but some people's wisening up to it. And I'm sure some of his people's watching it. They're probably watching it. They'll be threatening and posting this and that, but it's the truth. I don't get on here and I don't get on here and say something that ain't the truth or post anything to my page that ain't the truth because I've got proof right here. I save everything, and it pays too with a bunch of cowards like that. Yeah, Tina has been around, and that's really sad that that's their own mom, and she won't um, take a stand for her kids. That's kids, innocent kids. I mean, why would you not do that? Why would you not stand up to your kids? Where's your heart at? And here's the people that's out here supposed to be busting predators and taking up for kids, and they can't even take care of their own kids. Take up for their own kids anyway. No, they don't need to be around kids. Like I said, they don't need to be having guns, period. They leave them laying around and carry them around like they're army men or whatever. I mean, I feel so, and I say a prayer for them kids too. I pray that they can cause get closure on that because it's untelling how long they'd been going through it until the kids actually stood up and said something. I mean, and to me, I mean, I think that they'd be afraid to talk to the parent in front of the parents, but I'm hoping that they work around that and it all comes out. Oh, he has me blocked too. I mean, and some of his trolls is I got a I asked one of his trolls tonight once I seen her share, seen that she had shared a thing about me, what I read about being uh, um, about the cash app and the bimbo. Only bimbos earning. But anyway, I asked her what have I ever done to her, and and she started. Oh, what did she say? And I've never done nothing to the girl ever. I know her mom real well. But I'll tell you why is because of the drugs. Ernie is on drugs and this girl is too. And that explains why that the girls that hangs around with him are in the shape they're in because he either cons them for money or it's for drugs. One or the two. He either takes and talks them in and sweet talks them and tries and gets a way in there to get their money, or the women are on drugs and they'll come to him because he's on drugs. I said, "What have I ever done to you?" Just wondering. And she put, "What?" I said, "I'm who Ernie's talking about, and you're sharing him." She said, "Why don't you ask him?" I said, "You shared it. I'm asking you what I have done to you." About to share a whole lot more, and so what's your point? I said, "Okay, good. Share all you want. You ain't got nothing on me." And must be the truth. You're mad. I said, "No, I'm not mad. I just asked you what have I done to you." I said, "He's a predator. Remember that, and you're going to see it." He's not a predator. I said, I'm not done anything to you, and you ain't done nothing to me except for just share that. I call bullshit, but give it your bestest shot, boo. You're the one who yeah, I text you because I want to know what you're talking about while you're talking, sharing the crap because I ain't never done nothing to I'm sitting here kicked back and you sweating. I said, I'm not sweating yins. I just asked you, what have I ever done to you? I mean, I don't bother people. I just asked her what I had done to her. And she said that I'm Ernie's number one fan. Yeah, for the drugs, because you're a dopehead. You're a dopehead. That's exactly why that you're taking up for him and sharing it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having friends, but I don't want no friends like that. Not the ones that won't take a stand for kids and they want to believe crap like that. Ernie's the supplier of drugs, is all I can say. And they'll eventually get caught up with. They always do. You can't hide it forever. You can't hide it forever. He's got me. I'm blocked too. Yeah, she's been off her rockers. Tina's been off her rockers for a long time. And like I said, it's untelling how long them kids has been going through that. I sit and think about it. Just burns me up inside. Here they are. And I noticed that he always watched the two, but I never thought nothing about it at the time. But then I got to start watching. I start watching, and after that, it dawned on me. After he did all that, and um, that's got something clicked in my head, and that's why he always watched them whenever he was there. And I noticed he always would, and any kid that come over there, he would gawk and just sit there and look at them. And woman, whether she was with a man or not, so fucking disrespectful. They sit there and gawk at her. I didn't, like I said, I didn't want no part of that. But it never dawned on me, until them kids had stood up and said that. And yeah, he gets them at Tina and Xander's shop. They've been many people. I'm not going to lie for them. And they probably got rid of this and that, but to cover up, just like they've always done. But they'll get caught up with. They go over to Xander and Tina's shop and buy drugs because their hemp shop is not doing too good because they've got out here and bashed people in this town. That's why you see posts on their things, um, on their pages of having yard sales, which I don't want to see anybody's business go down. But whenever you live like that, it don't hurt my feelings one bit. God will bring you down to humble you at some point whenever you do the things that they do, and God will humble you one way or another. He'll chastise you and show you. And if you don't realize that, that's your problem and fault because their business is shot down because of the coming against their soup kitchens or police officers or men in blue that gets out here every night and every day that puts on that badge and that gun, knowing that that may be the last time that they walk back through that door to their own house and to protect them idiots. And they want to get on there and put them down and I've got a lot of other stuff where they've posted about cops and some of the detectives and this and that, all their conspiracy theories. And like Dayton and Carol has got the soup kitchen. Well, they put them down because, and come to think about it, for the same people that they put down, I'll say this, and I'll go back. Ernie Shell, same people, Tina, whenever he first come into this town. I know people that knowed Ernie whenever, and guess where they seen him at? Because it's the same people that helps people in our community. They saw him sitting down there on his little scrawny ass, eating, taking their food, which that's okay to help people, but he was sitting down there on his scrawny ass eating their food, and then they want to get out here and start talking about it. Well, anyway, Ernie used to hang out down there and be around down there. And but anyhow, there's Kate, Dayton, and Carol at Soup Kitchen. They've got feed hundreds and thousands of people a year, if not more. And Tina and Xander and Ernie has come against them so much, and that's why that they're going down to nothing. Hello, Piper, 63. My daughter's from North. My oldest daughter's from North Carolina. She's 21. But anyway, and just like they come against the woodshed, like I said, and then they come the rustic cow downtown. They come against them. They come against many people in this town where their daughter used to live, and I'd have thrown her out too. But yeah, it's karma. Karma comes back and get them. God knows what's in my heart, and they can say what they want to and this about me, but like I said last night, they can never call me anything that I've never been called. They can never do anything that I ain't had done to me. I've been shot at. I've been stabbed with a knife in my leg. I'm chased with a knife. Fought with a knife. I mean, they can't do nothing that can't be. They can't do nothing that I ain't done been through. And I mean, you can't continue doing people like that and stay where you're at. I mean, and their business has failed because of Ernie and them. I watched a video on YouTube. You can probably find it. Whenever they first opened, it's come way. It used to be way up here. Now then, it's way down here, and it's because the way they've done people in this town, and they're worried about always conspiracy theories. People want to get them and this and that, but ain't nobody going to take their time just to drive by there and see what the hell they're doing. That ain't gonna happen. And it's usually them always preying upon people, talking about people, these restaurants eating humans and all that crap in their mind. Ernie's a super soldier and this and that. Whatever. All that baloney. I seen a picture today of a place in Newport that's been there for years. I'll read it here. For years, it's been in this town, and they want to say always got conspiracy. One, it's the Stranger Things of Cott County. The geodesic greenhouse. It shows a picture of a nice brick house. I mean, it's a beautiful house, and they one of their conspiracy theories is it's a geodesic greenhouse or a backyard cloning station. Discuss talking about talking about people in this houses that they have no clue about, talking about people cloning and this and that. Now, I don't know what state they get them from, but I know for a fact that they do get them. And I mean, they can threaten me all they want to. I don't know what's, but he gets them at Tina's and Xander's shop, yeah. And I'm sure they'll be threatening me over this and that, but I mean, people's going to realize sooner or later about them. I mean, and they watch, they know. It's been going on for a long time. When She threatens it. Tina threatens everybody too with lawsuits. Xander does too, and it's just Ernie. They're all about suing. I guess they'll just have to sue. Just I hope whenever if they do and they serve the paperwork that their documents are official and not official, and then I can say I have been officially served. Yeah, people's tired of that crap here in this town. They have come and it's constant. Let me tell you, if you don't like Clark County, get out. If you don't like Newport, get out. If you don't like Cosby, get out. I would if I didn't like it here. Get out. If there's so many people against me, which I have got a lot of friends and nobody I've got people like them against me, but I'm not worried about it. That ain't what I'm talking about. If they don't like it here, get out. If you don't like Dandridge or Tennessee, get out Tennessee. Leave. More power to you. And I want to talk on this again too because it really bothers me. That's them going by Katina's house and um, I can't remember that blame name now. Hang on a minute. Let me get her name. Sorry, I'm forgetful with names. But anyway, it's I can't remember her dad blame name. Brittany's house. And whenever they started going by her house and posting pictures of her kids and on Facebook and Katina's house. And it bothers me today because they did it. They did it. Timothy did. Timothy and a bunch of his little clowns did out there, and Timothy and Xander and Ernie and them did Katina's. And I noticed on that the tire they do have a tire for that thing. They've done it, altered it or whatever, but they do got a spare tire. It was them harassing Katina and Brittany, talking about their kids and talking about her she's a pedophile and this and that. They have not never sued nobody. They if they have, they need to prove it. And that's just like Ernie. He needs to prove all his documents are real. And I think uh, that the higher authorities needs to be alerted on that, and because impersonating an officer is illegal, harassing women is illegal. I mean, it's against the law, and they've never sued anybody. Not since I've been over there. Like that big thing of them posting that the Department or Homeland Security come into their shop and bought all this. There's some of their products and this and that. That was a lie. That was a lie. I'd forgot all about that. That was a lie. And all these lies that they portray, I mean, they're going to end up they're going to end up getting in trouble. I mean, you can't continue being something you're not. And God forbid on Griff. I like his show and love his show. And Griff, I don't mean no harm by this. If you're watching or anybody that watches Griff show, I don't mean no harm by this, but I set up and I've got posts on it. I set up one bust at Walgreens. I set up the last bust at the park, and I set up the last bust out here at the car wash. Them don't mean no harm by this, but them wasn't fake. I set them up myself. Ernie took the credit, and I could see why the way Ernie is of really setting stuff up to make it look good, I can see why that that you would say that, but it was real. I set them up. I did, and I keep everything. The and they're the reasons why that the cops won't work. They blame it on this and that. Well, I'm gonna post some pictures of the bus that I did, and they arrested. I've got an arrest. Pedophiles or predators come in many ways. Like I said last night. Well, there's this setup I did of a woman had stolen a car from Morristown, and it was supposed to be in Newport or Cosby, and I caught wind of it. I'm not going to go through how I done it, but I said we got together with the guys, and that's the first thing I did was get on that phone and get with the detectives downtown, and and guess what? The undercovers came, and we I got the car, and that was an official arrest of something that he ain't even proved yet. I know I posted a picture, but I'm gonna be posting videos of it. I posted it something Aston and an actual little short saying, "Ernie, shall you post the rest?" Because he asked me, "What have I done?" So, and I said, "Well, you post your arrest, and I'll post one that I actually did have arrested." But anyhow, he thinks I don't know. He thinks crazy sometimes, but anyways, back to what I was saying about the bus. They was real. I did set them up, and Ernie had I think, and that's the last one was at the park, and that's whenever he jumped out of the vehicle. That was the last one, and no, they never. I'll tell you why they didn't get arrested because or Ernie and them. Ernie would take over everything, and the cops does not like working with Ernie. I promise you that from I know. He hollers that he's got this and that, or they do not like working with Ernie. They do not like working with Predator Hunter Nation. And whenever I did it, that is why wouldn't arrest because they didn't none of them get arrested because of that. But now let me tell you, whenever I got out on my own and did what I did, and I'm not going to stop, I could bust a predator every day. And then that's something else I'm working on the proper way because they didn't like working with them. They can holler all they want to, they do, which they have posted one time where one of the detectives had had started. This is right whenever they started. Had tried to work with them and stuff, but he started seeing what they was about and how they was about, and then it just stopped. So Ernie, Tina, and Xander is why they never got arrested. No, they was not arrested. They was not. They was not arrested. That lady May, you're right. They didn't get arrested. I'm not going to sit here and tell you they did. But like I said, with this car, stolen car I recovered, and everybody knows me. Some of the cops knows me. The sheriff knows me. They make fun of the sheriff. Even the sheriff, the one running for sheriff, knows me. I mean, and all I did was get on the phone. I'd call dispatch, and I give him my number, my name. They call me back within 30 minutes, and I'll be posting the pictures tonight of that bus because Ernie ain't gonna post nothing because he ain't had no rest. He can't prove it, you see, but I can. But yeah, once I got out on my own and stuff, and I called them up and talked to them, but that's something I'm gonna have to work on a little bit too because I did associate myself with them, and that was a downfall. Because, like I said, I did, which now I'm hoping that well, they had tried to get me They said, "We don't work for the police. Entice them and this and that," which at first, yeah, but yeah, they tried to get me to entice them a lot and this and that. So yeah, I was, yeah, you're right, Jimbo. Uh, I mean, and like I said with this car, I was away from them and I did it the right way. I got on that phone and I called them. Sure did. And I posted, like I said, a short asking Ernie to prove that he's had an arrest. He said, "Arrest? You should arrest yourself." I said, "Okay." I mean, he can't prove nothing. And this is why I can prove everything that I do. Went to I found the car in Cosby and I got the car back. Like I said, the woman had stole $600 of his money. He had two kids, and she was on drugs. You should have seen the needles that was in that car. Needles, and she had one in the needle um, ready to go. You can see the cops and the undercover, well, the undercover agents or whatever, looking through the stuff on the top of the car. Yins can ask me anything that you want to. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Being with them was a lie because they did not want to work with them. And they pursued me, God forbid, to entice them. I'm not going to lie for them. Ask me anything you want. Try to entice them, they'd say. And I just started backing off. And that's why Ernie kept saying, "What have you done? Well, why haven't you busted a predator? You're cold. You must be a predator protector." No, I'm going to do it. There's one person that know the night that I was going, know the night that I was going to do it, and know that what I was going to do, and that person stood and never said one. Now, don't get me wrong, the rest of them had their reasons to say something, but this girl never said one thing wrong to me. Never, not one thing did she ever say wrong. And I stayed in contact with her through the times that I was up there. I didn't stay in contact with her as much, but I did stay in contact with her. And now then, Katina, one of them, I lost her as a friend, but now then, since I've got away from them, I think she sees, and I lost friends and that's why, like I said, people started veering away from me. What the world is he doing? But there's one person that I told what I was doing, and I did it. And whenever it started getting worse and worse and worse, I got out of it. I backed out. I started backing off, and I'll not go back. I don't want no part of them, and so is the cops. I mean, they don't want to work with them. Just like every time you see a bust, like supposedly um, a school teacher has been arrested or something, and they want to act like I told somebody that whenever they did that, they'll be saying saying that Ernie had something to do with it. Ernie had nothing to do with this bust. Let me see. Give me just a second. I want to get the name right. Right here's where it says Predator Hunter Nation is for you, the people, and we put the fear of God into predators. Well, they're predators themselves. But anyways, this guy was supposed to have been arrested. Spencer Ho, the Cosby High School um, football coach, had supposedly been arrested, but I can't find it and it ain't in the news. But I don't want to say it ain't true. But I noticed how soon Ernie, no longer than that, come in with it. Ernie posted it on his page like like uh like this one and then two more. Well, they didn't, Sunshine, they didn't understand why I was done the way. I guess I should have told them. That's my fault, and I'm not going to hold them accountable because I really didn't tell them. I only told one person, and I guess I should have told more, but that's not their fault. That wasn't their fault. I love Katina to death. I'm not gonna lie. I love everybody, I love all my friends. Just like this one right here, it says we must not let these two escape. Anything like this one is from the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office. I mean, Steve Prater's the sheriff, but every time that there's something posted like that, they got to say that Ernie has something to do with it. That's a lie. That is a total lie. And I mean, they can post. It ain't illegal to post or nothing like that, or to say, but it's all lies. I mean, they ain't working with the police. I promise you that. They didn't want to work with them. But like I said, whenever I got away from 'em, all I get did was get on the phone with the right people and give them the right info, and they helped me out. And I'm gonna post it, like I said. And everything's about police officers to them. I mean, up against their police officers and crap. I know I keep saying that, but that really bugs me to know that somebody's going to come against somebody that goes out here. And if it was in the big city, I'd really be worried about it because there's cops getting shot and ambushed and everything. And here these clowns are coming against the police officers that's protecting. I'm gonna be honest with you. The same police officers that they put down are protecting them from people like me whenever they bring my kids up in something like they've already had, and others to keep from going up there and dragging them out of their house and doing whatever. I mean, that's the same police officers that they're putting down is the same ones that's protecting. Like last night, whenever they started texting me, I told him they tried to start on the mother of my kids, and I come flat out and told them that to keep my kids' mom's names out of their mouth. But like I said, the same police officers they're putting down is protecting them from me, and that's the God's honest truth. Because I'd go up there and we'd have a big problem. We'd have a big problem over my kids putting my kids' name in their mouth, and they can take it how they want to. I'm gonna protect my kids, but I'm just giving you a point that the same officers that they're putting down is protecting them from people like me and others out here that wants to go up there and drag their ass out. And it's been going on for way too long. I mean, and people's going to take a stand. And I pray that more women and even on Jimbo's podcast and Griff's podcast, I mean, we're asking people that anything that's been done like that, like drugging, if you've even thought about them doing it, uh, if you ever thought that Ernie's done something like that, Come out with it. Don't be afraid. Like I said last night, there's nothing to be afraid of. And I mean, they can say what they want to, but they're nothing. They ain't about nothing. And that's my new little word. Ain't about nothing. Yeah, it's daddy taking care of his kids. And that's what they need to be doing against Ernie, touching them. There's something not right there. It's untelling, like I said, what's been going on and how long it's been going on. And I'm gonna post it. It'll be sometime tonight or tomorrow, but because I've got a lot of chat logs about it. I do. I save everything, and it ain't right. And I don't feel not bad one time. I don't feel bad at all for doing it and saying everything I've said here tonight because it's the truth. Yes, he puts himself in all these situations to make it look like he's done something. Summer Wells, like I said, was the biggest. I love kids. I hope she's found and all that, but that was for the money to for his cash app that he said that I should get. And eventually I may get one for like doing what because I'm not on I'll get in that in a minute. But Summer Wells and Brian Laundrie and Kyle Rittenhouse, he had no business over there. I'll tell you why he was over there because he's Antifa. Look it up. That's what he stands for. That's what Tina stands for. It's what Sanders stands for. Like it was brought to my attention, and I agree. Xander does look like a cop, and it's all about intimidation. Well, he don't intimidate me. Ain't none of them does. And I back the blue 100%. But yeah, he didn't have no right over there. Yeah, Jimbo, you'll have. Yeah, they. It's right there in the chat logs. I mean, it's in the second time it got brought up. It's right there in the chat logs, and they blind to see it, and they won't do nothing about it. I've got the chat logs, all the chat logs from them. And like I said, I'll probably get threats over what I've done, but you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it because them kids can't protect themselves. They cannot. They cannot. But back to what I was saying about the Cash App. I mean, Ernie uses his Cash App, like he said on that thing. Oh, get you people to send you money so you'll have a good Christmas. You know what? I'm broke. I'll die broke. I've got well, I work, but you know what? It goes towards my kids and the stuff I need and bills. So you can say what you want to. I'm happy. I'm happy. I don't have to have money. I don't have to have nothing except for a house. My kids, they make me the happiest. Every single one of them, and I will protect them. You've threatened to do this and that. You went by Katina's house, this and that, pulled up in the driveway, this and that. Well, you know why you did that? I'll explain why they did that because they nobody was there except for the cameras caught it. Seeings do shit whenever people's not around. I'm always around. You never know where I'm gonna pop up. You pop up out where I live at, you go and start shit. You're gonna be stranded wherever you're sitting. I promise you that. Oh, I am. I'm not stopping. I will not stop. He don't need to be around them kids. I will not stop. They need to. I will not stop. They can sue me, boo me, whatever. I will not stop. I'll take care of my family. I'll take care of everybody else. And I've got big, wide shoulders. I can carry a lot of weight. And the weight of them people is just like water off a duck's back because they mean nothing to me. I'll protect innocent people. Yeah, he has that. Yeah, he has a GoFundMe page. trying to buy this and that, trying to be a scammer. He's a scammer. I reported it. I did. I reported it because anybody. I mean, he'll take off of anybody. If you was laying right there needing a drink of water, and then you had $1 in your pocket, and a dollar, and you needed the water over here, he'd take that dollar for himself before he got you that bottle of water to save your life. That's the way Ernie is. That's the way Tina is, and that's the way Xander is. And you can't be like that. They holler money, money, money. This I've blowed more money than they'll ever have, and that's no lie. Back before I had kids, I blowed more money than they, and that's saying craziness, but it's the truth. I don't got nothing to lie about. I blowed a lot of money. If I had the money that I blowed, I wouldn't have to work again. Period. No, he don't need to be around any kid. Look at all the videos of him jumping out, threatening to shoot Xander, and then Timothy over in front of their shop carrying a gun around, threatening them people. I mean, come on. And that's where he was whenever I posted that picture, a video of him over there with that gun is at their shop, threatening them somebody with a gun, not knowing if somebody was going to get up one morning and say, I've had enough of this, and go over there and just start ricocheting bullets off their building and stuff. How was he to know whenever he come out there and done that? How would he, I mean, why would he do that? Because he's stupid. He didn't know if somebody was going to get up one morning and see that video and say, "Well, boys, I've had enough of this," and take an AK-47 or uh, AR-15 over and just mow him down, and them innocent kids out there running around in there getting killed. They can care less about that. Tina and Xander can care. They let him act a fool like that. They let Ernie act a fool like that over there. Go out there, and you can go back, and soon I'll be posting something too where they've been cited in the court because they go out there and shoot. Some people's going to ain't no damn body up in them woods trying to get them, and they burnt their own damn. They burnt their own stage down. Tried to burn their own stage down to make it look like somebody up there at their neighbors. I mean, done it, and the neighbors had nothing to do with it. Oh, Ernie ain't got nothing in New York. He's a liar. Yeah, they burnt their own damn stage of trying to get the people behind them in trouble and then have evidence and this and that. It's always somebody's fault whenever they bag something up and it don't get, they won't take it. It's always the FBI's fault and this and that. Well, it ain't nobody's fault because they burnt the damn thing themselves trying to get somebody else in trouble. And it's ridiculous. And I noticed whenever they started coming out, they Dalton was the cameraman, and they did him wrong. I've got it to where Dalton was getting on Xander for harassing his mom, which I was with him too. So I'm partly guilty of that too, and I apologize to her for that too. And they want to say they're going to do a movie and this and that. They ain't going to do no movie. Their business is about done because of the way they do people. Anybody else got any more questions about the predators, that predator hunter nation that ain't about nothing? Yeah, he wants everybody to feel sorry for him. Yeah, he's all about, see, he wants to take from innocent kids and take from businesses that, like him going down here and at the soup kitchen and getting taking that food that they going to feed a homeless person, which he's probably homeless. Don't get me wrong, but uh, because he's living in his car, but I'm pretty sure he's probably at Tina and Sanders. But yeah, using business or one of these groups that gave free money out to people for kids. That's pretty sorry of him doing that, taking away from a homeless kid and donations for Christmas presents, taken away from innocent people. Yeah, you can't continue doing that. Exactly, sunshine. They didn't have no because of this COVID. And I don't see so his luck is going to run out. Their luck is going to run out. And sooner, here real soon, whenever I'm out of Facebook jail, I'm gonna be on my pages, Operation Save Our Children at all cost. And like I said last night, what that let me explain what that is. Let me go get out of here. I done explained it a little bit. POE is protect our elderly. I'm gonna do some of that too, because a lot of elder abuse and elderly people gets my heart. They do. And Operation SOC, Save Our Children at All Costs. What that is going to be about is the real taking up for like everybody. I'm gonna start with a soup kitchen. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna uplift, show the community that these people ain't bad. They are not bad. They are good people. Good people down there at the soup kitchen. Like I said, I'm gonna do stuff like that. And here real soon, I'm gonna take and we've got clothes for good prices and this and that. And uh, whenever we get set up, I'm gonna let everybody know on here and my pages. That way, people can come. They don't have to pay a high price. And I do take donations as long as the stuff's clean. And this is for actual people that don't like me. That don't have, which I don't got. I used to have money, but I don't no more. I work my butt off, and he can say what he wants to, bring my past up, this and that. Everybody's got a past. Uh, it's going to be for people that uh, can't afford a lot, but it's pretty nice stuff, clothes and stuff. And like if somebody had a fire and really, really needed it, there'd be no cost. I mean, stuff like that. That's what really helps protect the people, and you get to meet a lot of people. And uh, what did I need to come up with another new name to? And I'll be asking help from the community like that. You need to come up with a new name. What do I need to come up with? On what here? Oh yeah, I'm gonna change the. What name do I need to come up with? Protect my elders. Yes, I like that. What's the name? Do I need to? I need to come up with a name. I'm on Facebook. I mean, and I'll need help with that. I'm not hard to find. My name's Jamie. Berryhill, Berryhill. I'm not afraid to put my name out there, Jamie. But yeah, it's going to be the help with stuff like that, clothes and raise the up like our police officers and stuff like that. So yeah, because they and this is the same people that these people has come against. So I'll have that all up again. I don't know when I'll be out of. Hang on a minute, I'll tell you by liking this mo. I like motorcycles. I'm going to be out of Facebook jail in 6 days and 22 hours. And my new thing on my bike's going to be Operation Save Our Children or whatever. If I can come up with another name, um, Knights of Protectors across the top of it. Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe I can come up with something. I don't know what'd be a good name, but I had to do that. I did that just to get on his nerves because I am what I mean and I am what I do. I love protecting kids. I love helping kids. I love kids. So, sunshine, maybe you're welcome, Shelby. And the biggest thing about tonight is, let me get sunshine. Maybe you can look me up on Facebook or whatever and help me get a name figured out or something, or on here, or message me somehow. But anyways, the main thing about tonight is me coming out talking about Ernie drugging women, and I know he has. I can't prove that right now, but I'm working on that. If I can ever figure out their names, I'll have them. Yeah, and he'll probably say something about it, but that's okay. But them kids over there and their parents letting Ernie do that and not taking up for them. And like I said, tomorrow, between tonight and tomorrow, I'll be posting videos. I have it in video forms of proof. Somebody wanted proof, so I'll prove it. I mean, I'm all about saving and helping kids. I'm all about helping and saving kids, but I'm going to do it the right way. And I want it to be for the people, not for me taking and fixing up a cash app just to rob women. That's not going to happen. I'll have to come up with, I could call it Knights Warrior, honor our children or something. I'll come up with something, but that is pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's, let me see here. So you kind of sent me a friend request. I think I got it. Just inbox me and let me know. I mean, because that is pretty cool. I want to change my name. I'll even, whenever I can get back into it, I'll even change the one on my, uh, my, my Facebook pages too. And I appreciate the help, Hyper 63. Thank you. I mean, it needed to be coming out. I was going to wait until, like I said, everything got to the proper people, and now then that it's all done, it's out. I just wanted people to know that that's what Ernie Shell's about, touching kids. He ain't no protector. I'm getting some funny text. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, that's what the night's been about. And it's the truth because, and it'll all be posted. And now I guarantee you, he'll be making threats and he's going to sue me and this and that. Well, I don't feel bad because of, like I said earlier, uh, if I didn't do it, I'd be no better off, no better than the one actually touching the kid, and it ain't right. So I did what I did, and I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. And whenever I do something, it'll be for the right reason. Will I do? I guess some of the questions is, will I bust predators? I'm gonna bust some, yes, but it will be done the right way. It will be done the right way, and I'm working on that. So yeah, I'm gonna bust predators. So, but it will be done the right way, and that's the way it should be done, the right way. I could bust one tonight if I wanted to. I could bust a 50-something-year-old man right now, which is sickening. Which is sickening. And and I just like whenever I go to bed at night, I lay there, and they've been through this before because of Ernie, and they lied their way out of it. But I mean, I've seen it. They've got the actual chat logs and everything. They've got everything, and I'm reading some of the comments. Make sure. Whenever, like I said, whenever I go in there and lay down at night, I worry about them kids being over there with them. I pray for them kids. It's untelling, like I said, what they've had. Like even Nick, I'm gonna go ahead and say Nick said, um, it's sad that it's untelling how uh, what they have endured by Ernie, and he don't need to be around kids, not none whatsoever. And for the parents not to take that stand as a parent and as a father should and a mother to and come up against that, but instead of standing up and coming up against it like parents should do, getting mad and then throwing a temper tantrum or whatever they want to call it, and there they are over there to fend for themselves while they're eating their damn edibles and walking back there behind the thing and getting big spoonfuls of their crap, eating it like it's going out of style by the spoonfuls, not even putting it in nothing, mixing it, eating it, smoking their weed. I hope they get drug tested too, which I ain't nothing against weed or nothing like that, but there's other stuff going on. I know people smokes weed and they got good sense about them. But these fools don't got no sense. They carry them guns like fucking Rambo. Oh, I got a gun. I carry this one, and I got one in there, but I don't get out here carrying it everywhere. But I do my pistol just because, like I said last night, because of them cowards, they won't fight fire. Kendall won't fight fire. They'll rather walk up behind you and shoot you or something. They're cowards. Or they'll drive up by your house and do something to your shit. And guess what though? They can try to do something to mine. I promise you, they'll be stranded. Wherever I see them at is where they'll be at. I promise you that. And they'll say, "Oh, I'm gonna sue you for threatening." And no, I'm just telling you that I'm going to protect my family. They're all about that threaten, but I'm gonna say this too: prove to me that your Ernie, your documents are real. Tina, Xander, and Ernie, prove to me that you've been talking to a lawyer. Prove to me that you're going to sue anybody. I don't believe you. You can go on here and get my videos or whatever. I don't believe you because you're nothing but a con artist, bunch of liars. And I did get into all that, but the main thing was the kids. How can you not, Xander, how can you not be a man and take that stand and protect your kids that's in your house? Tina, as a mother, where's your heart at? God give you them. I don't know what your faith is, but every spirit of a living thing is given by God. He give you those children. Where's your heart at? Not to stand up to this criminal against your kids that's come against your innocent kids. Why? I can't fathom in my head. If it had been my kids, like I said earlier, I'd drag his ass through the mud. Believe that. Cause he ain't about nothing. Ain't about nothing. A family is a family put together by God. You're supposed to have the balls and the guts and love to not get mad at them kids whenever they stand up and tell you that a predator has come against them kids. Where's your heart at? Must not be where it should be. You're letting him get on your page, for instance, and say, Predator Hunter Nation is not died. We're going to save kids. Let me tell you, you better be saving your own kids. That's where it needs to start. That's in your house. In your house, something that God give you, them precious angels that God give you over fending for themselves, and you're not doing nothing about it because for whatever reason, that's cowardly. Cowardly. I ain't no way around it. It's cowards. So, with all that being said, guys, I'm gonna get out from here. You guys got any more questions? Good night, Piper. You guys have a good one. What broke the camel's back? Ernie jumping out of the vehicle, and what really got it too is he threatened me. But I would see whenever Ernie threatened, he wasn't nowhere around. Which I think I may had posted it, or I'm going to post it of him uh, saying that they was going to attack me, and that's whenever let me look. I got it here. I'll read what I told you. Told them. I'll read what I told him because he is acting a fool. Like I said, I keep everything. I've got so many, it may take me a minute. Give me a minute. Ernie jumping out of the vehicle. And I really started backing off too whenever, the kids did that. Whenever the kids stood up and said, um, he does us like this all the time, I started backing off, and then that's whenever it clicked in my head. Fraud of what? Fraud of what? Well, his documents, I got the same I never printed it out, but I can get the same documents that he's got. I never called anybody to fake any documents because I wasn't about that. I'm about me. I'm real. And now they are some documents. The fact that the girl says Ernie always does this scares the shit out of me. Hang on just a second. I told them basically that I didn't. I'm going to protect myself against Ernie, and if it come down to it, I'd let the groundhogs carry his mail to him. If you can figure that out, and that means that with him threatening like that, I wasn't going to be worrying about. I'm finding it here. Worrying about his threats, and he said that they was going to attack me, and I said, for one, I'm not scared of Ernie Shell, and for two, I'm going to protect myself. I mean, I'll let the ground, and I won't lose them. I may have already posted it, but it said to the this is talking about the. Let me see here. Oh, it's supposed to have a 95 grand a year contract and shit. He ain't got nothing. And I said, told him this is one time I said, I don't expect a effing thing for Ernie. If I had been Nick's shoes, I'd beat the brakes off his ass for doing that. That's whenever, and then it all dawned on me that of how he looks at kids whenever. Yeah, this is what I told him. I said, I'm gonna leave this shit alone. All I'm gonna say is me and others don't trust Ernie. Ernie is very unstable. Ernie saying I was going to get and now this is talking to Xander and Tina. Yes, I feel he is a threat. Go back and watch my video. He is a threat to women and children because of the things that he's done to Xander and Tina's children. And let me read this. I'm going to leave this shit alone. This is talking to Tina and Xander. I'm going to say this. Me and others don't trust Ernie. Ernie is unstable. Ernie saying I was going to get attacked on about me by saying they will attack Burry Hill next. I said, bull crap. I'd not lose a minute's sleep protecting myself and letting the groundhogs carry their mail to them. And they can take that as a threat if he wants to, but I mean, I don't care. I'm gonna protect myself. But yeah, that's whenever it really started. I started backing off whenever the kids did that, and I got to thinking. It started rolling in my head. I never said nothing to them at the time, and then I got in their chat line and their chats about it with them, and then that's whenever the ball started rolling, and I played it along, and I played it along, and I played it along, and got everything I got right here. If I got out whenever I did, and I'd said something about it, where's my proof? See what I'm saying? And with all these chat logs, um, I've got proof. And if I'd got out whenever it started, whenever I seen that, I wouldn't had no proof. They had said that I was coming against them and I was a liar. But now that I've got proof, I can actually say that they done it. I never heard nothing about the ice cream. Where was what ice cream? He probably did set it up because he's always about setting stuff up and let me tell you, like I said before, Ernie's got a thing for Tina, and Tina's got a thing for Ernie. Tina's got a thing for Ernie. And I can't believe Xander let that happen. I can't believe that he would let that happen. So they're all three little predators of Predator Hunter Nation in in their little clique. I think he wants Tina. Troops noted that's probably why he started doing the things that he was doing. Besides the kids, there ain't no reasoning to do that to kids. But after that, whenever he threatened was going to kill Xander and Kendall, and that's probably like a love triangle, and that's probably why he thought that he could get away with it or whatever. That's what I'm thinking, and he does got something for her for her. I know he's got something for her. Whether they've done something or not, I wouldn't put it past them. Not at all. I'm gonna read something to you. Now this I ain't gonna say who sent this to me, but listen at this. This is somebody that says got fed up with Ernie's crap because he tried to bully them into giving money and this and that. I didn't want to say anything, but y'all are dealing with enough right now. This is around about the time Ernie things. But on one of my other accounts I used 5 weeks ago, talking to Ernie, and he said that Tina was always trying to have sex with him, and she was giving him all this money because she was love struck on him. There never was a murder for hire. That was all a scheme by Ernie. That was a bunch of lies. If it was a bunch of lies. He said Xander didn't even care because Xander didn't want to F Tina either. He let her that didn't care either, and that he let her give him a BJ a couple times. And then said something about having something to do with another man. So yeah, it's like a love thing going on. And Ernie, they made that up. Jimbo ain't gonna do that. Ain't nobody in this town. Uh, ain't nobody in this town um, set up a murder for hire. That was the stupidest thing. Just like going to the racetrack or going to the Brian Laundry thing. That was stupid. And it was made up by them, Ernie, Tina, and Xander. They made it up a long time ago, and then they started adding people's name to it, like Griff. That's because Griff called them out on their shit. And Ernie says he didn't get Griff fired. He called Griff's job and got him fired like a coward. Ernie Shell is. Ernie Shell is the biggest coward in Cosby Newport, and anywhere in this world. I mean, like I said, I don't know. And they've been times whenever I've been there, people's asking if they sold drugs. I can't prove they did, but they go in that back room awful a lot. And I've heard them talking and this and that. And I'm pretty sure, yes, they do. I'm not going to lie for them on that either. I mean, they can do whatever, say whatever. I'm not lying. They want to play their games and come about everybody in this town. Well, they're getting exposed. They're a bunch of con artist liars. I'd say people got tired of him up there in Harlan. I'm not really for sure, but he's done it everywhere he's went. I mean, you can go look on some of the pages and see that he's a con artist. I don't know why he left Harlan, but I'm pretty sure that he got. I'd say people got fed up with him like they're getting fed up with him here. It's just one big scheme. All right, guys, I'm going to get out from here and you guys have a good night. Got any more questions? I'm taking they did because who told Ernie about? I'm pretty sure they probably did. And that's the Brian, that's the way it is here. He's a scammer and people's still stoning him here too. I mean, there are a lot of people here getting fed up with their crap. Yeah, that woman would buy that place if they ever go to sell it. And there's other people would buy it, but because their business has went way down because of the way they do people. Like I said, they say that their people, their dogs, that which they ain't supposed to be letting run around over there, run wild, go up there and tire their trash out and bring a bone down there. They'll say it's a human bone. I witnessed that with my own. Yeah, they've been tormented by Xander and Tina. They burnt their own damn shed down to try to get them in trouble. I don't know. Well, guys, you have a good night. I'm gonna get out from here. Where's that at? I'd like to see that video. Why did I go in? Just to see what there's about and see what all that they have done. And I know that something was going on. I didn't know what, but I went in because they said it couldn't be done for one. And I did it. And sure enough, I did it. And look what's come out of it. Ernie acting a fool and the kids standing up and saying what they did, which everybody, the people has all the documents and stuff, which and all that too. So if it had, it'd still be going on. And I mean, that's why I done it. I went in. The main thing is I'm crazy, and they said it couldn't be done. They bragged about it. That's why I did it, and I'm glad I did it now too because of the kids. Like I said, them coming out that's been done to them, and him touching them or whatever the case is. I mean, I got it right there, but and him touching Nick's wife like that. Why in the hell? I don't know. They wouldn't work with them. I know that. And that right there, they'll give people enough rope, they'll hang themselves. And that's what they're doing in this town. They've done it way too long, and Ernie ain't gonna get away with touching them kids. One way or another, he will get caught up with. I promise you. Just like with everything I got right here, it's probably 12 o'clock now, so I'm gonna go to bed here shortly. But tomorrow, you better believe that them chat logs is going to be on there on my page for everybody to see. See, whenever you got chat logs like that, you can't lie your way out of it. You can sit there and think up of you have to make up really good lies to get out of it. Yep. See, like I said earlier, they've been through this before for being stupid. They don't need them guns, and they don't need their kids if they ain't gonna take a stand up against them predators of touching kids. Well, you have a good night, and I'm gonna get out from here. And you good night, and God bless. And that's not the last time you will see me. That's exactly, Brian. That's exactly right. Well, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna get off here and get to bed, and I'll be on a live tomorrow because I'm not over. It's not over. It's not over yet. They're going to be exposed more. I'm not giving up. Good night.